Moira and Ambrosia.
All right, we're live. Welcome.
Oh,
Hi. Hey. Welcome to another The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on Mapbird Streams. Welcome to anyone in chat who is with us. Thank you for joining us. Y'all are the best. We are, make sure, yeah, we're good there. All right, so let's get started. Let's jump right in since we have limited time. Gotta really fit as much as we can in. So the last episode.
Immediately.
Wow. Dan's not even here.
The last episode, things were wild. Our adventurers, well, a few of them had some dreams. Dreamt about a few things. Got a few. Most of them only got more questions than answers out of these dream sequences. Could it be a prophecy? Could it be just, some bad meat?
Fever dreams?
Who knows? Yeah. And, but they all woke up the next morning, doing well. Maybe some a little bit more confused than others. And they all set out to help Zolthora to hopefully find the spirit that took her memories. And yeah, there was some very fitful travel through the desert wind as they trailed as they brought a trail of ghosts with them, or spirits, as they moved through, just trying to find this one specific spirit that they actually did find and were able to seemingly retrieve her memories from. They defeated it. We ended with Zolthora kind of collapsed on the desert floor and scene. That was the episode. So that's where we left off. And so tonight on our episode, that's where we open. So everyone, you just, again, just to set the scene, for those joining, or for just as a refresher since we haven't played for a couple of weeks. Let me get the music started because I know that there we go. It's a little, not what I was looking for at this current moment, but here we go. Yeah, so the ground beneath you is kind of this cracked, dry earth. You have the wind surrounding you, kind of just this gust that is never ceasing. Your ears are probably ringing by now, just from the consistency of the wind. You have little particles that are kind of floating in the wind too. Looking around, you can see your vision distance is limited up to about 20 to 30 feet, I think I said. And you can see, like, looking out into that, you can kind of catch forms kind of moving with the wind. Kind of in the same direction, some of them not. But you can't really make out exactly what they are. That's just started recently. Y'all have been traveled for a little bit to find this spirit, which you fought a few of them, and defeating the one in particular that seemed to hold Zolthora's memories, or so it seems. As you defeated the spirit, Zolthora just kind of collapsed to the earth, on her knees, and so the rest of you are just kind of standing around as this happens.
As soon as the spirit was gone and Zell collapsed, Gerbil would have jumped down and ran over to her to make sure she was okay.
As you go over to Zolthora, She just kind of sits there on her knees for a bit and just kind of. Oh, that wind. And kind of looks over at you, Gerbil. Oh, I think we're good. I think, yeah.
You're good? Your memory's back?
Yes, I think so. I remember who I am. I remember who you are. And kind of looks back at the others and this place, isn't it? Rakoth?
Yes. Yeah.
She'll kind of start to kind of push herself up off of the ground, dusting her pants off, needlessly because, you're all kind of covered in like sand and dirt at, by this point. Wow. My brother, Turheim. That's why I'm here. He went missing. That's it. That's why I'm here, I guess.
How'd you know he was? Yeah. Well, how'd you even get here? I guess. Did you?
Took to the altar and got through that way.
Joe will just kind of like look around at everybody. It just kind of bowed like, why did nobody tell us about the freaking portal and the altar? This is like,
yeah. Well, I King Anselm, told me about it. I went there and she'll kind of like walk towards the group, and so that way everyone can hear this. And I went there to, but kind of mostly, of course, talking to the people that she recognizes, Gerbil, Tegan, and Renerius. But the rest of it, of course, everyone's included in the conversation. But she'll kind of look at them from time to time. Turheim went missing. So I knew, of course, who he was working for, the Anselms. So I went there to Bornheim to look for him, and Queen Anselm wasn't much help. Seemed very kind of, I don't know, like she didn't want to tell me anything, but I just was really upset and got a little too upset. She clenches her fist. But so anyways, the queen was starting to kick me out, and but the king was able to have one of the guards kind of bring me, kind of off to the side, and once we got outside, kind of brought me to like an alley of sorts, and he apparently wanted me to know that there was another way. There's a way here, and seemed to kind of suspect that he might be here, in this demi-plane, dim glint, I think is what he said. So then, I got into the portal, got to the altar, and got out here, and I guess, ghosts screwed with my brain. I don't know.
Huh. Do you remember when your brother went missing? Was it
Gosh, feels like I've been here for a week or more, but I guess
I guess I should rephrase that. Did he disappear after um, Baron fell?
oh, I don't know. I tried to reach out to him with the sending stones that we have and didn't answer for a few days. So I thought I'd better check on this and went to Bornheim myself. So I don't know. I mean, it feels like that I talked to him after that happened. I don't think it was that. I don't know. The Anselm seemed really like guilty. I mean, that's what I got from it. I mean, maybe I was just misreading the situation. I was very angry. It just seemed weird that they weren't concerned. I mean, he served them for a long time, so why wouldn't they wonder where he was at, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't seem that weird.
Well, at least we know he is here on this plane, since I was able to scry on him last night. You remember that last night I had the crystal ball,
Oh, yeah.
so it wouldn't have worked if he was not on this plane. So
It's true. So I guess something about it was right, huh?
but it's more than likely he's probably at the library. Are there still like a bunch of like spirits like ready to kill us around us?
I mean, as I said, you can see things in the, kind of like in the wind around you, in this limited kind of like, visual distance that you have. But it's not like that they're actively attacking you still. The library, that sounds familiar. I think the altar someone in the altar might have mentioned that. I think that's why
Yeah.
that seems like maybe that's why I was heading out here, was to try and find the Stasa, I think is where the library is
Yeah.
located.
Yes, it's their continent island that they control this entire plane from.
Weird.
And
you ask me. Seems...
yeah, they're not good. They've kidnapped many people. It's part of why we're here together. More information.
Do you have proof?
Proof that they've
they
kidnapped a bunch of people?
Kidnapped the people, that it was them.
Um, uh, yeah, yes, we've had connections who have told us as much, and
I mean,
of
do you have
what
proof to
I've
show them? Like when you're, isn't that what you're doing? You're going to confront them, or
one of them reached out to us, and we are going to meet them to just see what he wants to make an offer, and we're just going to see because we frankly have no idea what we're doing.
plan to work for the library? Bugbear?
No, I don't. No, so I don't know. I think this whole thing's a bad idea, but you know, we're going in as a
No, I mean,
group.
how else are you gonna find out about them if you don't see them? If you don't, you know, I mean, it's like, you know what they say about food. How do you know you don't like it if you don't taste it? How do you know if you're not, you know, if it's not a thing if you don't try it?
The trick is not to also be kidnapped or acquired at this meeting. We don't know how they've got the
Well,
rest.
they're inviting you. I mean, do you suspect that they want to you? Don't you think that if they've accumulated all these people that they would have found a way to accumulate you as well before this?
We're not very good at hiding. I'm sure they would have by now. Oh. Journey just kind of
Well,
stomps her
certain
foot from the
things
sand.
don't change. And she'll give a wink to Gerbil.
So, wh- so why do you think they have Jurheim? If they do in fact have Jurheim,
I mean, I don't know. I think I told you before that he showed a bit of magical potential. He was pretty good at it, actually, but I don't know, something kind of spooked him away from it when he was younger. I don't know what that is. But, yeah, he was good, he practiced, and then all of a sudden, he didn't. You know, I mean, we were fine with it. I mean, you know, going into more practical trade of kind of being a guard and something a little bit more, I guess, lucrative. You don't, unless, you know, I mean, from what I've seen, unless, you know, you're working for the big guys, you don't really make that much money off of casting spells. So, you know, things change. But maybe they, I don't know, saw his potential. Maybe they recruited him. Maybe he's just working there at the library, just, I don't know, guarding the books. Must have a lot of books there if they're called the
Was he-
library.
when I scried, wasn't he like in a prison? When I scried him, was he chained to a bed?
Terrible.
I don't know.
So
I
sweet.
don't remember if he was chained. I do remember that he was in kind of like a cell type looking thing. Excuse me, I gotta kick a cat out of my room.
Okay, good. I'm gonna.
Run, Justice.
Go.
There are other reasons to be chatting.
justice.
It's been some scrying or mirroring or however you've contacted them. Some
Didn't write write it all down because I was too
Yeah.
busy role playing.
How dare you, Jonathan?
I don't. I don't think he's just guarding books.
And did he look upset?
I mean, he looked to be in a cell.
Maybe it was more of a, I don't know, maybe it was more of a barrack situation. Look, I gotta, I understand it could be in danger, but I can't let myself think negatively, because if I do, it's going to drive me crazy, Gerbil. So let's just say that it's fine until we find out that it's not.
Okay.
So do you have a +1 for this soiree at the library?
Well, we're not going to the library. We're meeting off in a secluded area, which is why it's most likely a trap.
You have a +1 to this secluded area. Gives a smirk.
I think he has a +6 or so.
I think they don't care how many we bring with us. They seem very confident.
It's either going with y'all or me traveling back to the altar by myself. You don't want to force me to travel back there all by myself, right? Bugbear?
You just go back
Oh, terrible.
to the altar, right? Like you just got your memories back, and you're just gonna, now that you know he's here, you're just going to leave.
If I remember someone told me they were pretty powerful. Yes, I was angry, and I'm still angry, but I know that I can't do it by myself. So I guess I need to come back with more people, especially if I'm going to lose my freaking memory every time I go through the sandstorm. Might be good to have backup. You know, like your
Of
group.
course.
You got some
Yeah,
backup?
Yeah.
in this environment, it's better, yeah, be with a group.
In this
Yes.
economy?
Do you want to be seen with us at our meeting? Because I have a solution to that problem if you don't want to be seen.
Oh, I don't care if I'm seen or not.
Okay.
I just don't want to, and kind of looks at Gerbil, invite myself if you would rather not have me there. Looks back at the group.
Huh? No. I mean, more warriors on our side, the better.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Can I do an insight check? Because maybe
On
I'm just
Zelthora?
like, yeah, maybe I'm just overthinking things, but I'm
Okay.
very suspicious all of a sudden.
Okay, do an
Whoa.
insight check on her. What are you roll
Wow.
first if you want to, or you can say
Um,
what are you trying to like get insight on? Her saying like what?
I don't know. All of a sudden, she seems very like I don't know, like just like seeming okay with the library. I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
very like all of a sudden like yeah.
Okay, go
I don't
ahead.
know if I can be trust like if yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
I get it.
Insight.
Your wife died. You're not very
18.
trustworthy. It's going to take some time to build up that trust with someone else. I get it.
You got brother issues.
What did you say you got, Turple?
18.
18. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she seems truthful. Yeah, I mean, it seems like that she's telling the truth, that she's you get more that it's just that she's just trying to think through things a little bit now and trying to kind of maybe, whereas before she didn't have a plan when she came traipsing through Rakoth by herself, but now she's trying to, like, okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. And it's less that she's okay with the library and more just that she's angry with them, but she's also trying to be a bit more cautious, kind of going towards them.
Okay.
But if she's with the group, then she has a little bit of backup and she'll feel a little bit more confident. That was probably more than you should have probably gotten, but I worried that part of her seeming okay with the library was more of a Stephanie DM issue than like an actual like her acting.
Okay. All right. That's what I want to make sure. Okay. I was turning more into awkward Jonathan than awkward Gerbil.
Okay.
So I was really, man, who are you? You know, but
Sus.
no, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect from this meeting, but I think the more help we have, the better.
I agree. And I feel the same. So yeah, let's if the rest of your group will allow me to tag along, I'll be more than willing to help out. And if something happens and the fight starts, then I will have your back. As always. Well, you know, as long as it serves me. Kind of gives a wink at Gerbil.
Dude is just looking back and forth.
So, we
Get on his. Should get moving. Gets on his lizard, and we'll put a hand down if Zelthora wants to ride on the lizard, or she wants to walk. It's up to her.
Yeah, Zelthora will definitely get on the lizard with you, Tegan.
So, our plan is to continue on to this meeting spot, right?
That's the plan.
Great.
We're not out here whistling Dixie.
Except our talker isn't here.
Be thankful. You don't want to leave him alone with
yeah.
Zell anyways.
No, I'm just sad that it's, you know, Zavar and Gerbil are sharing the lizard,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just imagine Gerbil's like, I wish I could share the lizard with Zell.
I don't know what Gerbil's thinking right now. My brain's just all.
That's pretty obvious.
Cooney's gonna clamber up onto her wily lizard, and go to the back of the line.
It's been a long month since we played. Stop. I'm overthinking things.
If she can get there, if the lizard will listen to her, Blackberry's asleep. The lizard's like, I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way.
Yeah. So everyone gets on the lizards. Are you pushing them further in the direction that you were kind of heading before? Who's leading the way?
Tegan, as always.
Yeah, Gerbil will help if he can.
Sure. So make a survival check at advantage, Tegan, since you're having some help from Gerbil,
Okay.
trying to keep you in the
Lizard.
right direction.
I rolled 2 13s for a 16.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you are able to. It seems like you're going in the right direction. It seems like that you're keeping the same course. However, as you continue to travel, we're getting, an hour in, a couple of hours in. The visibility wall definitely drops. Gets, it starts getting like you could see 30, maybe sometimes 30 feet out to, okay, we're getting a little bit less than 20 feet out, is all that you can see. The wind around you just continues to push against you. In fact, you're almost kind of traveling against the wind in this direction. At least for right now, it seems that way. You kind of get little specks, little tiny rocks that will kind of hit you, from the wind as you're traveling into it. And it's definitely picked up a bit to where it's just consistent roaring. The lizards are having some issues. They're having trouble fighting into the wind. You definitely feel that their pace starts slowing down as you get about an hour and a half into the travel. Definitely at the 2-hour mark that you've been traveling. Definitely are starting to kind of slow down. Everyone make everyone that is controlling a lizard make an animal handling check for me, please.
Zavar or Gerbil guiding our lizard.
I think you're in front this time.
And
Since you were helping
Cornelius, you
Great.
have your steed, correct?
My magical yes.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to roll some more? or
You want to?
if he's, can I get advantage because he's helping me because we're riding the same lizard?
Whoever's controlling the reins, that's the person that needs to roll. There's no helping when it comes to like controlling reins on a lizard. Like,
I mean, it would look kind of, Patrick Swayze ghost style.
it works with like navigation because you can be like, hey, over here. You can both look at a map, but like, there's only so many people that can.
Whatever.
Like,
I rolled a natural one.
wow. Okay. All right.
Wait, you have your inspiration.
Oh yeah, inspiration.
You
Does that
do
help with
have
a natural one?
your-
Okay.
Zavar, are you gonna give me?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
for a
that won't help a natural one.
GM.
We also have a sub die in the chat from Bearpotamus.
I don't think we should waste a sub die on a natural one. I think it's dead. It's already gone.
All right.
Ain't no helping that.
It's fine. We can let it go. Okay. So whatever happens, happens.
You're just making
Yep.
Junie look like a great
Now,
lizard
Renarius,
rider.
you still roll one for your Phantom Steed because it does still have a
Okay.
saddle, a bit, and a bridle. So,
Got it.
did we lose someone?
Sorry, I accidentally hit my camera button.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I saw the look of terror on Michelle's face for a second.
Yep.
Great.
Juniper disappears into the wind.
Oh no.
Her lizard just runs off. We don't see her.
Okay, wait a minute, let me.
Dirty 20 for me.
Okay, okay, all right, sorry, I'm like scrambling now because everything's not working.
Oh.
Okay, all right, give me 2 seconds
Everything
here.
is awful.
Just studio mode this. I think
Um,
I think she might have been in the wrong place anyways, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. Right.
hey, movie night coming up in
Yeah, join the Patreon.
a week and a half. I won't make it. So you all have to go. Look.
What?
Shh. Did I spell it wrong? No, look. Hey, look, movie night. Are we having the Renaissance? I have to go.
Well,
Yeah, we are.
I
Okay.
mean, of course.
So now
we'll
you
do
can
it.
make
It's
it.
Thanksgiving. We got to give our
We'll do
thanks
So
to
now
Brendan
you
Fraser
can make it. Huh.
during the Renaissance.
Huh.
I
We'll
can't.
make- yeah,
I'll
we'll
make
figure it
it. I'll make it. There just might be an extra person in the crowd.
All right. Okay. All right. So we
End of
are.
my advertising.
We're good to go. We're good to go. Okay. Got all of our peeps here. All right. So where were we? So people were rolling for animal handling. So Renarius, what did
Yeah.
you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay. All right. Dirty 20. That's good. Chirble, you got the 1. And then
Is that what I said?
yeah.
Okay.
Tegan, are you the one? You're what did you roll?
22. 19 plus.
Okay. And Juniper?
Also a dirty 20.
Great. All right. Okay. That's just perfect. Is Pixrin controlling her own lizard?
I think so.
All
And
right.
Kazil has his fox thing.
Yes. As this creature.
Oh my god. I can't. I've obviously. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Pixrin seems to be having some trouble with hers too. Gerbil, your lizard, your riding lizard, just starts slowing down almost to. I mean, it's stopping. Just kind of stops and like just kind of lays down in the sand.
Jibble, are you having a
what?
problem? Are you having some trouble controlling this animal? Do you need help? Do you want to switch? Are you feeling all right?
Pixrins kind of does the
Oh,
same.
yeah, sure. Gerbil's just like zoned out, and he just didn't even realize the lizard stopped moving. He's just like, oh, yeah, yeah.
Are you distracted, Bugbear?
Huh? What? No, no, yes, no. Switches that, like gets off and move.
So are we trading places?
Yes.
Yeah. You take a nap. I don't know. You just take a moment and think about what you must think about. I will do this again.
So what exactly are you doing, Zafar?
I'm driving now.
Well,
The lizard.
The lizard's not going anywhere. It's laying in the sand.
The lizard's dead.
Okay, so while we're switching, before I hop back up, Zvar will just kind of take a look and see, is it asleep? Is it alert? Just laying down? How does it look?
No, do a medicine check.
Okay.
Trying to get some vitals on this lizard.
Yeah, it's a 14.
Okay. Are you proficient in medicine or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you take a look at this and kind of look over the lizard and kind of open one of its eyes to kind of see, like, if the pupils are dilated. It seems fine. It seems like it's just really tired and that it's like taking a nap.
This may be a problem, Gerbil. It seems our mount has decided to just take a break.
As you
not-
open the eye, it was like, "Arr."
I'm afraid that it is taking a hint from how you were feeling a moment ago. Do you have a bond with this animal that I have not noticed yet?
Does it look like I have a bond with anything?
That is a dark statement that I will not address at this moment.
No, other than you, Tulip. It's okay.
Is Tulip moving?
Oh
Yeah,
gosh!
Tulip's alive in the bag.
Don't ask those questions, Michelle.
Tulip's definitely staying very deep down into Gerbil's bag, hiding from the wind, and definitely seems not the best, but is alive.
Sorry, I know better than to antagonize her today.
Um, I don't.
This is a problem.
Um,
We're going to need some help motivating this animal, or we're going to be stuck, and we really want to get moving.
Junie's gonna get off Raspberry and approach the hold up here. And you don't know how to talk to lizards?
Oh,
um,
do you?
not unless he speaks common, Elvish, or Goblin. he'll turn back to Lizard and say, "Do you speak Goblin?" In Goblin.
Doesn't even open his eye.
To be fair, he could have just spoke Goblin, and I don't know.
Did you understand it?
No, but goblins make that sound, so.
It's a goblin curse word.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He does not like you. I don't know.
What did I do?
It's sweaty. He doesn't appreciate it, Gerbil. I'm sorry. I don't know if it'll help, but she'll. Sorry. She can't. She's gonna step away from Gerbil and she'll cast Speak with Animals in case it helps.
Okay. All right. So you cast Speak with Animals. You suddenly feel like that you can maybe communicate with this creature. What do you want to say?
Need something? Do you need a snack? Do you need some water? Do you need to not have one very big strapping bugbear on you?
The lizard will open one of its eyes and just kind of settle on you, Juniper. I can't make it through this sand any longer. It's too much. And the rest of y'all you hear is
Oh. What? Can we? Where were you in the line? Are you boys in the middle, or can we?
We're behind Tegan.
Okay.
You're going to have to carry me.
Oh, we might be able to do that. But only if you agree, and only if our wizard is feeling up to it.
What? What?
And I need it.
I mean, we can carry him if we turn him small, and then we can split everyone else up.
Wait, carry him?
Yeah, well,
To being carried.
you can turn him into another shape, and then we can carry him. It'll work.
I certainly could. Yes. Well, we
Get it.
actually have a number of options. Give me a moment. Let me ponder this. Sorry, I
Can
need
you
to.
just turn him into a smaller lizard?
But word of advice, horned one. I am not sure how much longer any of my brothers and sisters will be able to make it through the sand.
No.
So you may have to carry all of us. I hope you have something big. Because we are tired.
Just because you
We have-
need him.
We have four lizards?
Hmm.
Okay.
And as he
Okay, well-
says that, like, you hear everyone that has a lizard or there's a lizard around them, you hear ah, in like
Oh.
agreement.
Oh
No,
no!
it's contagious.
Oh. Okay.
Lizards on strike.
Wow. Junie with a much
They're gonna unionize.
Oh no! Don't let that
Quick,
wizard make a
cast
sign.
command so they can't unionize.
Oh no! Okay. Junie, with a much straighter face than I can manage right now, will just kind of, reach out and stroke the lizard and reassure Raspberry. Not Raspberry. Gerbil's lizard. Okay. Is it the sand? Is there something different about this sand? Are you too?
It's the wind. It's getting worse. We
Oh.
don't usually travel this far into Rakoth.
Okay. Do we know how, Tegan? Do we know how much farther we have to go? These lizards are not going to make it without help, and we can't leave them.
Make a survival check, Tegan, to see if you can decipher from looking at the map and
Sure.
knowing how far you've traveled so far.
Sticks and stones.
Meanwhile, how are we feeling about this sand and wind and stuff?
I mean, as I said, it's been consistent, and so I'll leave it up to y'all, but it's just been consistent roaring in your ears and pebbles hitting your skin for the past hour and a half at least.
We've been shouting the entire time.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, it's getting to that point to where it's hard to even hear what's going on around you.
15.
Tegan, you can, if you remember correctly, you were looking at the map the night before, and it felt like, I think you did decipher and rolled for that it was like a half day of travel left or something around that you estimated. I mean, you've traveled for, a couple of hours, maybe close to 3 if you count traveling to find the ghost for Zelthora. So, I mean, maybe you're halfway there, in this, halfway there in like this last half day. So maybe like 3 hours left.
Okay.
Maybe.
So I'll relay that. We'll get about 3 hours left. Is that walking, or is that
That would have been lizard riding.
so it's going to be like 4 or 5 hours if we walk it.
How?
Juniper, could you maybe ask if the winds, is this just a storm we're going through? Is this a constant thing that this is experienced on Rakoth?
I'll try. And she'll repeat.
It's something that wasn't always here, but has been recently. The direction you're traveling, I don't think... Well, I've never been there, so I don't know if it gets better or not.
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging in there. We're gonna make this better.
Start closing his eyes again. Just
Okay,
kind of like settle into the sand, his head.
Oh, if she's got a water skin, she'll maybe pour some on its head, just a little. And I'll be right back. And she'll turn and look at Gerbil and Zavar and is there putting all the figures back. I don't know how long we can consider this, but I'm afraid that if we don't do something, if our lizards don't make it, we might not.
How many lizards are there?
I think y'all 4.
Or
4.
4.
Is it that the lizards are fatigued, or is it just the wind is too much for them to bear?
Yes, it sounds like it's everything. It might be the heat and the sand, and this wind is really taking it right out of their sails. This is why I like the ocean. This wouldn't have happened if we were on a boat.
Sails triggered her. Oh no.
Yeah! She's just pacing now. Maybe we could just carry them for an hour, and then maybe they'd be up for it again. But we're never going to make it to our meeting if
I mean, but
Well, I
I
could
mean-
polymorph up to 3 of them, but I could not get all 4. I would likely need Kazil's help with this.
Would you?
but also just I mean, do we want to go into this meeting with our spellcasters down spell slots?
I already burned 1 of 2 to talk with animals. I'm useless now.
Well, then maybe we should just go a little ways further and then take a nap.
We could take a nap as long as we can get some shelter from this snot
Have you
ocean.
tried taking a nap in this wind?
Oh yes.
Why do you think I built a shelter?
Well,
As
mean-
it turns out, if we can fit all of us into my tiny hut, we should be able to get some rest.
How tiny is it?
It is not big enough to fit all of us and the lizards.
What if the lizards poke their heads in?
I think we have to face the facts that we have to leave the lizards here.
But then they would die.
I'm not. I can't do that. I can't.
How far away can Gerbil tell how far away we are from where we were from Zell's shelter?
Make a survival check. Are you proficient in survival, Gerbil?
Yes.
Okay, then make it at regular, not with disadvantage.
18.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you kind of look back at where you came from and start calculating in your head. And do you mean from Zelthora's camp, little camp that she had? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, because surely the lizards had some kind of shelter there, right? Did
They were kind of propped up like behind a rock, I think, kind of laying behind a rock. Because you were kind of against the mountain. 3 hours probably.
It was about 3 hours.
Yeah.
We were on lizards.
She'll turn back to the lizard and ask if we can get you some rest. Would that help? Can we carry you for a while and then sleep, or we just need to make it another 3 hours? And I'm sure a very overconfident bard can help with our wizard. We can do something to help you. We can get out of the sand. It can't go forever. It can't stand all the time.
I don't know. This is a new experience for us. We've never been in this position before, so I don't know. But, and you hear it kind of see him kind of turn to the others, and everyone you hear except for Juniper, she'll hear them kind of be like, yeah, like agreeing with this lizard, the other lizard still, but you'll hear it, but everyone else hears the lizards just going again. But we're willing to try.
Okay. All right. That's all we can ask. Thank you. We're not going to leave you. Don't listen to the elf. We're not going to leave.
If you leave, we can just try to find our way back to the altar.
What? I'm sorry. The spell seems to be wearing off. Okay. All right. Can we take a break?
So we're releasing them?
No.
No? Is that not what we're doing?
No. We're going to give them a break.
Okay.
Or you all can continue on, and I'll wait here with the lizards, and we'll just die together. No.
What?
I'm going to start casting Tiny Hut so that at least the lizards could get inside and rest. Are they large creatures? Are
All
they...
the
I think
lizards
they
just
are.
immediately collapse.
We can't-
Let me see.
I
can't-
think we're talking like, I think if I remember right, they're like
Let me
Star
pull up-
Wars Episode 3, Obi-Wan riding a lizard.
Yes, large.
So-
Yes, they are a large creature.
Might be able to get
Fractal.
one, maybe two. And not.
How, Kazeel, how tall can your foxy fox fly? Can they get above the sand? Or is it just over land? How useful is your magical mount? Precisely.
You're asking questions I don't know the answer to.
I mean, we know how good you think it is, but how good is it really? Just
What
maybe,
are you
maybe
asking, Juniper?
how high it can fly, if it can get up over the storm, or if the
Can
storms.
his fox fly?
Doesn't it go? It's got
Can
9
phantom
tails.
steeds do something? I don't know. It's a phantom steed.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
So-
They don't
I
fly.
think at best it could not be affected.
Yeah, and it has
by
the
human
tails, but I
stuff.
don't think that I gave it the ability to fly. I don't think so.
Okay. Well then, never mind.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm
These
sure you
aren't
told us at some
functional.
point.
They're just for looks.
All those tails. Okay. All right.
Well, you can never have enough tails, Juniper.
She just kind of waggles her tail and goes back to looking at the lizards. Okay. I know we need to get to our meeting. Can we?
I mean,
Are you gonna
they
make
never
us?
gave us a time for the meeting. It was just meet them somewhere. We can take it however long we need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then
I'd
let's
rather us go to the meeting
rest it.
prepared and rested.
Okay. Agreed.
Zothora just starts like stretching out on top of one of the lizards and just like tries to like wraps because she had like I think I said that she had like a scarf kind of wrapped around her neck from like the wind burns on her.
Mhm.
Which Constitution saving throw for all of you.
Oh, how
Nice.
generous of you.
And Tegan will join her, sitting down,
7.
wrapping up.
Did you say 7, Rhaenyra?
Yep.
Bless.
Same here, 7.
Okay.
22.
Okay. Well, that makes
19.
sense. Okay.
8.
Okay.
Glad something makes sense.
So
We're
Tegan,
durable.
Rhaenyra, and Zavar, you do, as you see like Zothora start to like wrap up her, her face a little bit more, kind of almost completely cover except for some eyes kind of peeking out, and just kind of lay back. And, you kind of, for anyone that's close to her can hear her like as she's wrapping, like kind of like curse a bit as like she's moving the cloth around on her skin. You start to realize, oh, yeah, I'm getting some windburn as well. So your skin, any exposed skin from your outfit is raw. I mean, it's pretty.
That's all of Junie. That's all of Junie.
Yeah. So just like think like a windburn, times 5.
Oh God. Okay. Where's my hammock? And just gonna get every piece of clothing she owns and try and cover up, which is not very many.
I'm going to start casting Tiny Hut, so
Okay.
at least we can be safe. The lizards are damned, but,
Wow.
we're fine. It takes
Their
10
skin
minutes,
should be
though,
tougher.
so if I have to make an
Sure.
Arcana save before my hand falls off. then let me know.
Okay. No, this
Daryl
is
just looks
just
at-
from like traveling from the day. So
Okay.
Got it.
Gerald just looks at everyone's suffering and it's just like, fine, I won't take the reins again. Gosh.
yeah, the lizards are collapsed onto the sand. Seemingly, you might hear one of them snoring a bit. And they've seemed to kind of shit themselves a bit to where like they're
Shift.
Shift.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I was saying. So if it didn't sound like it, that's what I was saying. But they kind of shift themselves a bit and get a little bit further into the sand, and the
Just a bit.
sand kind of rides up a bit to cover them up, like a lizard would get under sand. So
Okay. Yeah. If we have any extra non-drinking water, we'll kind of Junie will try and, share it between the lizards, and use any, scraps of clothing to like cover their heads from the sun.
okay.
She doesn't know
Let's build a
sand.
shelter out of infinite pastries.
I
Start stacking them up.
I will say that, like, as you're doing that, Juniper, you do kind of, and from talking to the lizard before, their scales are pretty thick. So they don't quite have the wind burn, but they're just exhausted.
They would have shaped earth or something.
Nope.
Maybe
Or
earth
locked.
bend some walls.
Thinking of countering with another gust of wind, but the duration's not long enough.
Zavar, now would be a great time to say that you're the long lost avatar.
Yeah. He's gonna be on a Kazeel, can you never
No
mind.
arrow, no orange robe. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So she'll just do her best to calm them. Is there yeah, she'll just kind of move around to each lizard and for the duration of the spell, which I can't remember, it's not very long. And just talk to them and soothe them if they'll try and take a nap.
Okay, make an animal handling check for me with advantage.
Gerbil will see what Junie's doing and like encourage her and cast guidance.
Okay.
So guidance is a D4. Add a D4 to the roll.
Nice. I rolled 2 10s, so that's 12. Plus 4.
Okay.
So 16.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems your soothing effects are working.
She'll thank Gerbil and thank the lizards, and then curl up next to Raspberry and try and take a nap.
Okay.
We're all going into the hut, right? We're all gonna just
Yeah,
cram into the hut
Renarius,
so we
we'll
don't
say
die.
Right now, Renarius has cast his hut. And, yeah, the rest of you can get out of the wind.
Big old sweaty hut.
Yeah.
Hey, some people pay a lot of money for that.
I think
Jimmy's
Zelthora,
just excuse me.
Zelthora would probably still just kind of, like, stay laying on the lizard, covered up completely. Okay.
We're gonna sleep.
What time is it?
Yeah.
Are we doing like a short rest, long rest? Is it
I
night?
mean, yeah. So yeah, what do y'all plan to do? It's not nighttime, absolutely not. It's
Probably
like
about
Oh.
noonish.
it's like
yeah.
because y'all left in the morning, so like yeah, you're getting like close to like
So-
11 or 12. Yeah.
Oh, great.
I will.
We've had one nap, yes. But what about a second nap?
I will read some books because I have books.
Okay.
Gerbil, you've got your Griffin book you could read.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a short rest.
Um,
If you're taking a short rest, it's an hour. At least an hour.
Yeah. Gerbil would. He would kind of just. Since he did okay with his constitution save, he would kind of stay outside a little bit longer, like keep guard for some of it.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
Yep. Tegan will probably when Gerbil comes back in, he'll take a shift outside.
Shift.
Shift outside.
did I miss a joke or
As
something?
As you're walking around Gerbil, like one time that you pass Zelthora, she'll say, do you always stand watch over your friends?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean,
Seems nice.
I, I guess so. It's just I'm more. It's just cautious.
She'll kind of lift up some, lift up like, because I said she pretty much had her eyes covered now, and she'll kind of lift it up and just kind of like look up at you. It's kind.
Thank you. Yeah.
I was about ready to say speechless as always, but you surprised me yet again. And she'll put the piece of cloth back over her eye and continue to lay there.
Gerald will just keep on doing his watch. He just
All right. Anything else y'all want to do during your hour?
Nothing I'm telling you all about.
whoa.
No, you are in a hut with other people.
Yeah, it's crammed in. 10 by 10 hut.
Everyone's,
the side-
everyone's
on the
shoulder to
wall.
shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually 20 by 20.
20 by 20? I thought it was 10 by
Perfect.
10.
Oh
10
gosh,
feet.
we have a mansion. What are we talking about?
That's bigger than below deck, y'all. She's fine. No.
Juniper just sets up a curtain.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hangs
Okay.
up a sign that says private.
No matter what you hear. Okay. She's drinking. Just drinking. Zavar, give me that. No.
Okay. All right. So y'all take your hour rest. Hour is passed. All right. Zalthor will kind of poke her head in. Y'all ready to go? You ready to get started again?
I don't know if it depends on us, but are the lizards ready?
Let's see. So let me do some rolls. See how they're doing.
Lizards left in that hour. We thought they just burrowed underground for a little bit, but they dug it the heck out of there.
No, the lizards are buried in the sand. Yeah, you can't find them.
Yeah.
They convinced us to leave them for an hour and then they just took off.
Well, they're still sleeping.
Do we want to just tough it out on our own?
Poor guys seem pretty exhausted.
I'm fine waiting here a bit if it means we can bring the lizards with us.
Well, here's the dilemma with that. We stay here and wait another 2-3 hours. Then it's going to be nighttime. And now we're in the wind with no light. And no
I
shelter.
thought it was noon ish.
So if we...
And now
we
it's
just-
like 1.
It's 1, and if we rest for another 2-3 hours, it's going to be close to 4.
Is dim glint
We are
on
so
daylight
good at
saving
this,
time?
guys.
I mean, it is kind of like with the limited visibility, there is not a lot of sun that... It's not like that you're getting direct sunlight either. I mean, it's still very hot, and the wind's hot.
The lighting is
Doesn't give
weird.
much relief. But you're not getting a lot of like direct sunlight. So it's kind of without your kind of, ability to kind of keep time mentally and kind of calculate things, it'd be kind of difficult to even tell what time of day it was if you're going by the sun because visibility is so poor.
But it is... I mean, the point being that it is light enough to see where you're going.
Yes, correct. You can still tell it's daytime at 1 p.m.
I mean, they They said that if we left them, they would make their way back to the altar. That's true. Just hate the thought of them falling asleep and getting lost or
Never waking up.
never waking up. We made it.
I mean, would they be better with us, though? I mean, if we're concerning about the welfare of these lizards, we don't even know what we are walking into. And, you know, our escape plan that we had was to use the thing and the gestures to Renarius to vamp us out of there, which, if we have to resort to that, that would take a very quick response on all of us. Are we going to take the time to run back to all 4 lizards, make sure we're all touching the lizards, and then bamfing? I mean,
If we were to use the amulet of the plains, I fear that we could not take the lizards with us. Anyway, there seems to be too many of us.
right. So,
Junie did not think this out.
to be fair, I think in the grand scheme of things, in most D&D adventures, we've already given more thought to our mounts than most.
Renarius, would you be able to use the Amulet of the Plains to get us back to the altar after our meeting?
It would take some time. The amulet of the plains, from what I've learned of it, goes from plane to plane, not necessarily place to place.
Gotcha.
So,
No.
in a day or two, we could possibly be back to the altar. Yes.
Right. Go to another plane and then come back to the altar. Well, one thing's for certain: the lizards aren't going to beat me.
Maybe we should consider that this is the most that they were able to give us, and be thankful for as long as they've carried us. Considering that we are potentially going into more danger, and if we cannot guarantee or at least moderately hope to keep them safe as well, perhaps it is time to say goodbye and let them move on in their own safely ways. We can continue forward. We will be fine. We can make it work. We've already gone further than we thought with a better speed, and I think we can be all right.
Can lizards climb walls?
You haven't seen them climb walls.
But they can. They have climbing. That's one of their special features.
Well, but does
I
your
believe we were
character
told
know
that.
this? Oh, well, were you told that?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we were told that
think
when
so.
we
Okay.
got them.
When we bought
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Fine, though.
You can tell me no, but
No.
is the is
Share all over.
from where we are is the diner, Geneva's place,
Uh-huh.
tavern. Is that closer to where we are than the altar?
Okay, so make a survival check.
Okay. 10. 4 plus 6.
Okay.
10.
All right. Yeah, it's hard to tell, Triple. You're thinking about the map. You start to pull it up, but then you realize the wind would probably blow it right out of your hand. Yeah.
Oh no!
I was about ready to have you make your dexterity roll, but I thought, well, I didn't make Tegan do that earlier, so okay. Could you imagine?
There goes our only map.
Gerbil's
yeah,
just like, well,
it's
I'm out. Good night, everybody. just like digs in the sand.
it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I mean, you know, it's been so long since you traveled back, and you weren't even traveling in this direction when you were coming from. You know, the cafe, you know, you kind of went. Whereas, yeah, I mean, it's just hard to tell.
Is Polo still with us?
Yeah, Polo's still with you.
How's Polo doing?
Polo's doing a
Polo
little
Is he
bit
dead?
rough.
Is he-
A little rough. We'll say that he probably has hopped into Pixarin's bag by now because
He's eating all our infinite
the
matrix.
wind is yeah, probably.
Polo.
But the wind would have been a lot for him, being
God.
as small and light as he is. So
Mouse in the endless pastry plate. God, a horror.
you know, you see Pixarin's bag move here and there. Sometimes hear him like mumble something about vampires.
So if he's not even able to, so that probably would be good. Polo, take the 4 lizards. Go keep them safe.
I mean, you could definitely try. I'm not going to stop you.
Do you?
I mean, that's another thing. Like we never talked about. Do we want Polo with us on this venture into death?
Well, he's along for the ride now, right? No.
I think it's tough to, you know, stop him. So
Is there?
We call the vampire lady.
Would
Well, can't she save lizards? Because he'll call your girlfriend.
maybe we can hire Judea
Which
for
one?
a escort mission?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, or call a friend. Maybe Kazeel could call to ask
I mean,
for help.
we,
Maybe she
wait,
can.
what was that?
Yeah.
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 That's her
Everyone's
name.
favorite character.
Maybe he could call.
Is that her name or a sound she makes?
I mean,
Maybe you could call her to come pick up our lizards. I mean, surely she said she'd help. Or I just give them detailed instructions in their own tongue and
I mean,
tell them to call me when they get home.
Call me maybe.
I mean, we could.
Call any of Kazeel's sending stones. I don't know how they work, but
I
give them a sending stone.
so. I mean, technically, Dribble did have extra set of sending stones for
We'll
in
just
case,
make a little
but
necklace and
no, he's not gonna waste the sending stone on one of our lizards.
Jarbo, I don't even know you anymore.
You never met my last horse.
This is true.
No, 'cause you killed it
This is
before I
true.
could.
No, it's
It's
still
I wish this
alive
was the
with
first
Geneva.
time that we spent 2 hours talking about mounts, but it really isn't the first time.
Oh,
My
no.
favorite episode of the Prosec is when they talked about lizards for a long time.
Thanks, Timmy. Okay, all right. Listen, Junie. Junie will forgive you all eventually. But this is sad. This is sad for her. She hates the desert already, and now it's gonna kill her friends. Not you, the lizards.
I thought your lizard hated you.
And now I'm sending it off to die.
No, we're
only-
setting
it
them free
I know.
to.
If they're
To be
heading
alive.
back, it only gets better going back.
Right.
I mean,
All right. I can
I mean,
be
I can,
sensible. Just
we can.
So Thor has already
Oh.
like went back out to like take another nap
Yeah,
during this conversation.
I think Tegan would
We
join
could.
her. Tegan's
I
gonna
mean,
lean on the windward side, if you know what I'm saying. on
I can.
one of the lizards.
Junie doesn't know. It's desert. We don't have lizards in the ocean.
I mean, I can contact Dirk and his crew
For a pickup mission.
I mean, they're
This
They're
is
over
a Torchlight
with
Committee
Geneva.
issue.
We're in charge now. Come pick up our
They're
lizards.
days away.
I mean, it would take.
It would take 3-4 days for them to get close to us. By that
What
time,
good is being the leaders if you can't do anything? I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Okay, just
You pick up my dry cleaning.
bring one of Kazil's many women with you.
It's a matter of grave importance.
what have to have.
We're like the king's bed. We must dress the pot.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
Manus maketh the bugbear.
Okay.
The
okay,
lizards
so-
have already probably left when we've had this conversation.
Well, they're still asleep outside.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm concerned for their well-being, but I don't know enough about lizards or this whole terrible plane of desert hell. It's not good for anything, least of all these lizards. If you all think the lizards will be fine, then Jazvar is going to give me some of his bottle, and I'm going to just believe you. Okay? And I'm never buying a lizard ever again. I want my money back. I want my lizard safe. And she's just going back in the tent.
Zervar will happily share.
Unless we're
People-
leaving. Unless we're leaving.
This conversation's been about another 40 minutes.
Glad Picture's not here to also yell at me. Okay.
All right, so what are y'all doing?
I don't know.
At
I'm
this
so
point,
glad
if it's been about while they're Deacon's going to get up and say, "Let's go." If staying here is nothing. I mean, we could stay here for weeks if we wanted to.
I mean,
But eventually, more spirits will find us, and we'll have to do battle again. So it's time we can get walking.
the spirits probably want us more than lizards.
Yeah, they have no.
I
interest in
mean, I haven't seen a lizard spirit
No, they have no interest.
floating around.
It's just another animal to them.
No, I wish I would have.
Okay.
I'm going to put on my gray fairweather workers robes that I've had since like session 2 to
Yeah?
help protect me from the storm.
Okay, all right. All right, so,
Deacon will dust himself off, offer a hand up to.
yeah, useless. It just.
Alpha. Yeah, I know. But it's just a reflex,
Sure.
It's like
Sure.
been sitting in the sand.
Yeah.
Get some of it off.
Zelthora do the same. Just gonna brush and.
Let's get going.
Alright.
You ready to go,
Okay.
Bugbear?
Sure. I don't know. I'm tired.
Okay.
Let's go.
Junie's gonna grab Turbo's map, or whoever has the map, and cast illusory script to give the lizard some kind of direction in the sand. Okay? They're just
Okay.
they can read it, the lizards can read it. It's a suitable writing material. Okay, fine.
Wait.
Your cloak, give it to me. I need to
Wait.
give them direction so they know where to go.
I think they'd probably know better than we do.
Do they?
So
I
how long?
just-
How long
this-
does your speak with animals last, Juniper?
Oh no. It's gone. It's totally
It's gone. So
Yeah.
you're doing this. So to write on parchment paper or some other super writing material and imbue it with potent illusion that lasts for the duration. Okay. Okay.
She just wants to draw them a map roughly. Here's where we are. Here's where you're going. Don't get lost. Call me when you get home. And then we can go.
The one you were
She's
talking
pointing.
to earlier will nod.
Just pointing.
Kind of look back at the others and no nod.
Okay. All right.
And we'll just kind of lay there.
Okay. Remember
Who knows?
this?
Maybe they'll be here when we come back.
We're not coming back, Gerbil.
I'm trying to help.
That's optimistic.
Okay.
This is more for me than them.
All right. So y'all start.
Okay.
Anyone else have anything to do with the lizards before you leave them? So Thor kind of, bye.
Yep.
Rip her cloak.
Gerbil will go up front. Now that we're lizardless, he'll go up front with Tegan and help navigate.
Okay. All right. So Tegan, make a survival check with advantage as the group of you walk away from the lizards. When you get about 20 feet away, you can't see them anymore. You see a little bit through the sand, but you hear kind of a from the lizards.
We hear their death cry.
What
As
is
you,
it?
as you
What is it with D&D Beyond?
continue moving. So
Last time I rolled pair of 13s. Now I rolled a pair of 9s.
I
okay,
rolled a pair of 10s.
Okay.
interesting.
In real life, though.
12 for a total of 12.
Interesting. Okay, so 12. Yeah, you are. I think you're pretty sure you're going in the right direction. Pretty sure you're leading them correctly. Traveling on. So we'll say you're traveling for another hour. Wind definitely picks up. It is difficult to walk against it. You can. You can still travel forward, but it's definitely becoming, you can definitely feel that resistance. You could feel it before, and it was also easier on the lizard, so you can definitely feel it walking. As you continue on, not only does the wind pick up, but you start to hear this kind of weird howling noise around you. And you almost kind of like walk into it, like, it doesn't seem that bad at first, but then the next thing you know, it kind of like has grown, gradually without you even noticing it, until suddenly you notice it again, and it's like, oh, wow, that's gotten a lot louder. And some of you and you also hear kind of whispering in this wind. Okay. Everyone make, let's see here. How do I want to start this?
Gosh.
Junior's
Everyone
making
make
a
a death
sign.
saving roll.
Everyone make
Your
wisdom saving
warlock
throws
turns
first,
against you.
please. You start to feel a little bit kind of off balance and confused.
13.
Okay.
That's a 4, so a 6 total.
Okay.
Junie is incensed.
16.
22.
2.
And clearly, she's brought Zavar down with her. Zavar! You're gonna let them do
Because you're
this.
both walking and drinking.
That's true.
Hanging out.
It's true. No,
We're
it's
at
true.
the back of the line. Azil, what are you? What's why?
Oh yeah, Zavar and Junie are definitely consoling ourselves. Well, let them.
Zavar doesn't
the
even
lizard-
know why. He's just going to sell himself.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Zavar and
Any-
Juniper. Zavar and Juniper, please roll a D100 for me, please.
I have one on hand, so hello, Google. Go. 11. I don't like that number.
I got a 77.
Okay. All right. Gerbil and Rhaenyra. The two of you, the two of you, along with you, kind of notice Pixran kind of holding her head as well. And you'll notice this too, Tegan, as you're walking. That they start to kind of, Tegan and, not Tegan, Rhaenyra and Gerbil, you start to feel confused. it's not that you don't remember what you're doing. It's just that it's you just find yourself like almost like when you enter a room and you kind of forget momentarily why you walked into it, and then you remember. It's kind of like you're constantly having to kind of remind yourself, oh yeah, I'm where you're going, who you're with. Almost like when you wake up from a dream and everything seems very kind of like, if it's a really realistic dream and everything seems kind of like you're unsure of what's kind of reality and what's real. I mean, what's reality and what's, something that you're imagining or forgetting. Zavar, you're forgetting little things like didn't we used to have a lizard? What happened to our lizards?
Uh-oh.
Did I sleep last night? I don't remember taking a rest. I don't remember. You kind of look over at Zelthora and I'm just kind of like, who is she again? You remember your friends and you look around, you're like, okay, like I kind of remember where you're going, although you're kind of like, I'm not really sure we're going here, but what are we doing there again? Juniper, you, not only do you feel like, suddenly like you find yourself just kind of like stopped in your tracks and just like, what are you doing here? And you start to hear these kind of voices kind of whispering to you of like, it's all gone. It's, what? Have they captured you? Have they, what? Are you lost? How long have you been traveling? So you start to hear these like questions that only seem to instigate your confusion. And you're finding it hard to, you don't remember what you're doing here. And who are these people that you're traveling with? Like they seem vaguely familiar, but like, what are their names again? When did I sign up for this?
What fresh hell is this ocean without water?
Where's the ocean? Why am I in this desert?
I'm just gonna draw a short sword you've never noticed before. It's not a euphemism.
Oh, Juniper. So everyone sees,
Who?
so Zavar, you're a little confused, so it's kind of, but Tegan, you especially, and I would say that Rhaenyra and Gerbil, you're a little kind of like, have that a little bit of confusion, but you can definitely you definitely know that's Juniper, and why is she drawing out a sword?
She's shaking her head like she's got water in her ears.
Zelthora taps your shoulder, Gerbil, and points at Juniper. I think there's something wrong with your friend.
Gerbil will slowly kind of walk towards Junie.
Where's the
okay,
heart stealer? Where's my ship?
Heart.
Where's everyone?
It's not here.
She's gonna raise her sword. Get back, bug furry what? Oh.
Right.
Just don't come any closer.
Okay.
Just looking around.
Is there anything around us that we could see?
Visibility's down to 10 feet around you.
Just gonna keep stepping backwards slowly. looking around
Yeah.
for flotsam, jetsam, not the eels, the wood. I don't. I have to go look up my character backstory one moment.
We'll just kind of like look at everyone else, make sure no one else is losing their minds.
Zafar looks, looking around Gerbil like, Rhaenyra and Picture look about in the same state as you. Tegan looks completely fine, just confused at everyone else. Zavar looks definitely like he's trying to figure out things. Like, things aren't quite clicking.
Cool. I named the ship Captain. So, Captain,
Captain,
love of my life, where are you? Why? I don't.
Tegan will see this going on. He'll shout out, "Focus! It's just the wind."
Oh God. She's just gonna fall to her knees in the sand. What happened?
Make another wisdom saving throw, Juniper.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Alright, that's a 10 plus wisdom, 12.
Okay. You're still... you hear Tegan's voice kind of pierce through some of that, as he yells that through the sand. It starts to make a little bit more sense, but still, a little confused. You start to remember names, but what are you doing out here? These are your friends, and you remember their names, but you don't really remember why you're here.
I have to get back. She's taken. She's just there with her short sword, like, in the sand, just staring.
So Thor will kind of nod at you, Gerbil. I think it's the memory thing.
I have to go back. I can't stay here.
Do you think there's spirits around here?
I
Listen?
don't. I mean, we haven't had any attack us, but it seems about like it, don't you think?
Yeah. I'm gonna try something that I've never really done before.
Oh.
Still kind of new
Ooh.
at this, and he'll pull out his
Oh.
emblem of. Don't get too excited, Judy. We'll pull out his his holy symbol, and
I bet he does.
I mean,
Whatever you call it, I mean,
anyways,
Wow. That's a
you
first.
do have to focus
It's
on
something
it
new.
sometimes.
fervently.
Well, whatever. it takes.
Anyways, long story short, I turn undead.
Oh, okay.
Which
Okay.
has 30. Any undead that's within 30 feet of me must make a wisdom saving throw. And it might be dumb, but I'm burning it
Shot.
now in case they're around us.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Within how many feet of you?
30 feet.
Okay. Okay. What happens if they fail?
If they fail, they are turned for 1 minute until they take damage. In a turn, creature must spend its turn trying to move as far away from me as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. And it also can't take reactions. And all it can do is either dash or escape from. They can move away.
Okay. All right. I will say that when you cast this turtle, that for some reason the sand kind of, you still hear it kind of roaring around you, but it kind of clears out in the space around you, like almost like something is pushing it back. As it pushes it back a bit, you can see these kind of dark gray swirls kind of move back with the sand and move back into the sand where you can't see them anymore. About 3 or 4 of them. But as the sand pushes back a bit, one dark swirl remains. It looks kind of like the spirits you faced before, but almost has a skeletal-like presence to it. You can see a bit of a skull poking through. Looks to be kind of in mage's robes, but there's something about, like, there's something on the head that almost, not quite like, kind of like a crown, resembling a crown, but not like a king's crown that you would recognize. And as that happens, everyone roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
There we
Please
go.
tell me I get to
I
attack
see
my
you.
party.
Go on, get you ghost, get.
The power of gerbil compels you.
This guy.
Oh no. Does he have just like a white collar poking through his fur?
That's the only thing Gerbil's wearing. He's a white collar.
So
Oh, no.
this guy
Oh, no.
is-
15.
Okay. So 15 for Rhaenyra's. Juniper?
Sorry, it's hidden on my sheet. Why is this? Go away, go away. Okay. 10.
10 for Junie. And Zavar?
15.
And Gerbil?
21.
Also, what's your dexterity, Zavar?
17.
And what's your dexterity, Rhaenyra?
My dexterity is 14.
Okay, okay. That's right then. And Tegan.
18.
Perfect. Great. Let me just get you. I'm not gonna, since we're getting close on time, I'm not gonna bother with the battle tracker. Although I need to pull this guy out of here.
Work email right before midnight. What? Why?
Someone's working late.
It's that Michael Jordan gif. Stop. Get some help.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. So you see this kind of towering spirit figure there. Oh, I didn't roll for Zell. Oh, girlfriend. Wait, is it?
Step girl?
Okay. What is that? Did I not write that down right? Okay. Never mind. Okay. Okay. All right. So, let's see here. Let's change this. And, all right. So the first in line is actually Zavar. And then Tegan, and then Renarius.
Wait. Okay. Sorry. Didn't pay attention.
So the sand is kind of whirling around you. There's a small clearing that you see this kind of large spirit with this strange crown on its head kind of standing at the edge of.
Wait, I rolled a 21 for initiative.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I marked you down. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong battle tracker. Let's just...
You're about to get skipped,
just-
is what was going to
let's
happen.
just-
I mean, I was just... I didn't want to assume because I wasn't listening to what everyone else's
1,
initiative
2,
was, but
4,
I was
5.
like...
Okay, all right. I was looking at the
pretty
wrong one.
good.
That's what I get for putting a battle tracker under another battle tracker from before. So Gerbil, you're first, then Tegan, and then Zavar.
Okay. Did
That sounds better.
the turn undead work on this dude?
He doesn't seem to be moving.
Okay, cool.
Just as a
Then I won't feel
a back note that the other things that you saw kind of disappearing into the sand, those are the things that it worked on.
Okay. So it did help.
Yes.
It's not as big a battle
yeah.
as it could have been.
True.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Until they come
okay. Shush. It lasts for a minute.
Keep
Okay, yeah, he's gonna pull out his bow and yeah. I mean he's gonna shoot.
And we'll probably do one round of battle and then call it until next week.
Okay. Alright. Let me just double check. Sharpshooter is -5. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and make it sharpshooter.
Okay.
So first shot. Ooh. Ha. Ha. Does a 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
All right. Okay. Good thing I'm a fighter. Second attack. I'm not gonna do sharpshooter this time. But yeah. There we go. 21.
21 does hit. Yes.
Nice.
And let me
Okay.
know what type of damage
Um,
it is too when you get to damage.
Yeah. It's gonna be 8. I'm sorry. Okay. 7 piercing, but I'm also gonna make it an arcane shot. And let's do grasping arrow. So it does an extra 2d6 damage.
Okay.
Of poison damage. So that's 8 poison damage. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet. And it takes 2d6 slashing damage for the first time it moves each turn.
Nice.
And it has brambles wrapped around it for a minute, unless it can make an athletics check to try to break. Free.
Okay, so 2d10 slashing damage each turn. correct?
2d6.
2d6. 2d6. Slashing.
And
You don't. It doesn't seem like the poison affected it. And then what was the so?
So okay, so no poison damage.
Does it mean grappled with the last thing you said?
No, it's not grappled. It just
The vines
it's,
are probably what causes the slashing damage, right?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it just takes slashing damage every time it moves, and then it took that 7 piercing damage at the top from just the regular arrow.
Okay. Right.
And
Okay.
then
Yep.
and
the
then
the arrow doesn't seem to do quite the damage you think it will.
yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Then for my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of prepare it for future. I should have done it at the beginning, but I'm gonna cast Divine Favor on myself,
Okay.
which that will just give me radiant damage every time I attack, unless I break concentration.
Now how
So maybe I should have waited.
how long does what you did to him, the 2d6 slashing damage, last? Is it just for the next turn?
It lasts for 1 minute.
Okay, and
Until-
that's not concentration on you.
No,
Okay.
not the grasping arrow,
Okay.
and he needs an athletics check to break it.
Okay, so athletics to break it. Okay. I'm just writing this down. If you
Yeah.
cast
that-
anything on yourself or get any boost, just be sure to write it down so that way you don't forget that it's
Gotcha.
on you
gotcha,
for
gotcha.
next time.
That's right. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else for your turn, Gerbil?
No, that's everything.
Okay, then it is Tegan, then Zavar, then Rhaenyra.
Okay. I'm gonna move like 30 feet this direction.
Oh yeah, there's a battle map.
Okay. And then I will cast Moonbeam at 3rd level,
Okay.
right on top of it. It's a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high Moonbeam.
Okay.
He has to make a where is it? I had it up. A con save. 15 is the number to beat.
Got a 17.
All right, so it only takes half damage.
What type of damage is that again?
It is necrotic, or no, radiant. I'm sorry, it's radiant.
Radiant damage. Okay.
All right, and I'm rolling the damage now. 12, so he takes 6.
Okay.
6 radiant,
All right. Got it.
and that's my turn.
Okay. Zavar, then Rhaenyra, then Juniper.
Muted.
You're muted, Mason, if you're talking.
I was just moving my lips. That's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you do you.
Yeah. So just move my way up next to the nasty thing.
Okay.
And Zavar's going to do his trusted unarmed strike.
Okay.
Punching another ghost.
Oh, reliable.
Just punching a ghost. That's fine.
It's a 15.
15 hits.
6 points of damage.
All right. Great. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action.
Okay.
Another unarmed strike.
Great.
That's a total 20.
Yes, that hits.
That's another 9 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
That's it for me.
All right. Renarius, and then Juniper, and then the baddie. That'll be the end of the
I'm
round.
gonna be boring and firebolt.
Okay.
I'm gonna back up a bunch of feet too.
Back it up. Beep, beep, beep.
Shake what my mama gave me. That's a 27 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And all of 3 damage. Great.
Amazing.
3 fire damage, if that matters.
Oh, okay.
It always matters.
It does.
Burn, baby, burn.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. That brings us to Juniper.
All right. She's got a clear path between her and this ghost, and she takes one last look and realizes she recognizes all of you, and then sees a big effing ghost and hits it with her Eldritch Blast, which is 2 blasts of force damage.
Okay.
All right, let's see. To hit is... Ooh. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay. My second... What? Oh, okay. This one. 21.
21 hits.
Okay. And she's looking at Renarius. For 8 force damage.
Okay. Yeah, the oh, I didn't mention Renarius. The fire damage definitely looked like it didn't hit as much as it affect as much as it should have. The force damage, Juniper, actually seems like it goes over pretty well. That it hits it pretty well. How much force damage was that again, Juniper?
God, what did I roll?
I'm
It
sorry.
was,
Was
it's
it
okay.
4?
It was plus 5. I think it was 9.
Okay,
8 or 9.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. All right. Anything else for your turn?
No, she'll stay there. She's still not.
All right. Getting that good hit
feeling
in, this kind of specter will screech at you, Juniper, from across the battlefield.
That'll wake her up.
A few little like gray wisps kind of floating into the air.
Um,
Oh
It's the
yes,
start of its turn.
yes.
It has to make a con save.
Okay. What happens if it does not make its con save?
It takes 3d10 again.
Do you roll that?
Dang.
Yeah, Well, it's going to take damage. When a creature enters the spell area, that was the first time, or on it starts a turn data is engulfed in ghostly flames. Right. So, 3d10 damage. So if he fails, he takes the full vote.
Mm-hmm.
16
Okay.
radiant, and so now he can continue with his turn.
Okay. Okay. All right. As you see some of that moonbeam affect it, Tegan, and it screeches out and kind of
I'm sure I just drew that.
around, and it almost like turns in the same place as it screeches, and just kind of like whatever hands that it seems to have, these kind of skeletal with these kind of gray wisps out from it, kind of balls them into fists and screams as it kind of twirls into a circle. The gray robes kind of swirling around it. And as it does this, suddenly everyone as a group, you feel a little like something has like shifted, like that you suddenly feel like you should be looking around, that there are other things around you. And as it screams like that, up from the ground, these spirits rise up around the battlefield.
So glad I took a nap before this.
Actually,
And I can't do turn on dead again. So,
You only have one
Well-
channel divinity.
yep. I only got 2 levels of cleric, and that's all I'm getting.
Yep. I forget when you get to the next.
I'm not the cleric.
and as you look around and you see a few of, you see a few of these
Chickens?
pop up, and that kind of gray, clothed, larger spirit screams yet again. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Did it move at all?
Ooh.
Nope.
Did he
Spooky.
do a little, sidestep, action when he screeched?
No
Nothing?
sidestep action.
Aw.
No.
Nice try.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oof.
We will
Wow.
continue the battle next week. Hopefully with maybe 1 or 2 more, more players.
Mhm.
But
cleric with turn
this will
on
be a
dead.
piece of cake. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
It's fine.
All right. So for those watching, you've been watching The Forsaken. Sorry I didn't pop up the battle map there at the end. I knew we were only doing like 1 round before we had to quit. So, but next week we will be starting with our battle layout. So,
Yes.
thank you everyone for
Hey,
watching. Y'all are the best. If you're unaware, we have a lot of D&D content here on Mapbird Streams. Let me just pop up the schedule here. It needs updated, but pretty much currently Mondays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, we have D&D 5e content. Saturdays, we have it twice at 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. The other nights, we have it at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesdays and Wednesdays campaigns are currently on hiatus, and we're reworking a few other things in the schedule. So stay tuned for that. If you're not part of our Discord, you really should be. It's a great place to stay up to date on, if any of the campaigns aren't going to be happening that week, if there are changes in schedule, so
Always
join
have
that.
somebody tell you good morning.
Always have someone saying good morning or good afternoon. It's great that way. We have plenty of channels on there. And rather than scrambling to find someone to raid, I think I'm just going to call it a night. But again, thank y'all so much. You're the best. So check us out. I guess the next campaign that we'll be playing this week is on Friday, Stormfall at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So check us out. We're in the end campaign on that one, going into year 4 of playing
Wow.
together. So that's super exciting.
Amazing.
So tune in there, and of course all of our other ones over the weekend. So have a good night, y'all. Bye.
Thanks all.
Bye.
Bye.
Free the lizards!